Deep in the night, Father Pio, wrapped in a shroud of exhaustion after a prolonged and fervent struggle against the forces of evil and disease, found himself in his cell amidst overwhelming silence. Physical and spiritual scars marked his existence, his stigmata, those visible signs of his union with the suffering Christ, still oozed blood like a drop of mercy. Yet, on this occasion, Father Pio desired to reveal an unprecedented mystery, one that had remained in the shadows of forgetfulness and entrusted only to those willing to join him in the pursuit of truth. It is worth noting that what is about to unfold is an exceptional journey into the depths of the mystery, a narrative that urges curious souls to embark on the quest for divine knowledge. At this moment, the narrator humbly requests your attention and reflection, emphasizing the importance of maintaining faith and sharing it generously with those seeking answers in this turbulent world. One night, as Father Pio immersed himself in prayer, a familiar and sweet voice resonated within him. It was the voice of the Virgin Mary, the Mother of Jesus, and her tone carried with it a depth of knowledge and love. At that instant, Father Pio lifted his gaze and beheld an intense light flooding his cell, transforming it into a corner of the divine. In the radiant glow of that light, he recognized the celestial figure of the Virgin Mary, dressed in a mantle of blue that shone like the sky of a heavenly kingdom. "Dear son of mine," declared the Virgin Mary with a smile radiating peace and hope, "your sacrifices have been pleasing to the eyes of God, and soon you will be with Him in His glory. I have walked by your side in every moment of your life, and now I wish to share something exceptional with you." The news filled Father Pio's heart with indescribable joy, eager to discover the secrets that the Mother of Jesus had reserved for him. With steps full of emotion, he rose from his bed and approached the Virgin Mary, like a child running into the arms of his mother. She, with unparalleled tenderness, took his hand and led him out of the cell. What he saw around him was astonishing. The convent hallway was deserted, as if time itself had halted, leaving only their presence and that of the Virgin Mary in that space. The Mother of Jesus guided him to the chapel, where the altar and the tabernacle dominated the scene with a gesture full of significance. The Virgin Mary opened a secret door hidden behind the altar, revealing a hidden room that housed treasures forgotten by the world. This place held evidence of truths ignored or distorted by those who had manipulated history for their own benefit. "This is the place of revelations," explained the Virgin Mary. "Here lie truths that have been concealed or twisted by those who have distorted history for their own gain." Father Pio, bewildered but deeply intrigued, wondered why the Virgin Mary had brought him to this place and what role he played in this mission. The answer came from the Virgin Mary, who said, "My son, you are one of the few endowed with the gift of mystical vision. You have the privilege of seeing what others cannot, of scrutinizing the hearts of men, of revealing their sins and virtues, of foreseeing the future, and of warning the faithful about imminent dangers. You will perform miracles and heal the sick." Father Pio accepted this revelation with humility, knowing that the gifts he had received from God were meant to serve humanity, to guide souls on the path of salvation. However, the Virgin Mary revealed that he had not yet seen everything God had reserved for him as a reward for his fidelity. "Jesus desires to show you something extraordinary," announced the Virgin Mary. With gentle hands, she took an ancient manuscript from the secret room and handed it to Father Pio. This manuscript turned out to be the secret Gospel of John, the oldest Gospel ever written. It was composed by the apostle who had rested on Jesus' chest during the Last Supper and revealed words and deeds of Jesus not found in the other Gospels. This Gospel unveiled the true face of Jesus, his infinite love, divine wisdom, and sovereign power. Father Pio received the ancient Gospel with reverence. Even though he did not understand the language in which it was written, the Virgin Mary assured him, "Do not worry, I will help you understand it. I will read some passages that will reveal the truth about Jesus." With her melodic and meaningful voice, the Virgin Mary began reading from the secret Gospel. "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was in the beginning with God. All things were made through him, and without him nothing was made that was made. In him was life, and the life was the light of men. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness did not overcome it." Father Pio listened to these words with amazement, even though he was already familiar with them from the Gospel of John. This time, they resonated with extraordinary intensity and clarity. It was as if Jesus spoke directly to his heart, revealing the truth of his divinity and his role in human history. "These words are pure truth," solemnly affirmed the Virgin Mary. "Jesus is truly the Son of God, the promised Messiah, the Redeemer of the world. He came to reveal the Father's love, forgive sins, offer eternal life, and free the world from sin and death." Father Pio, with tears in his eyes, understood more profoundly than ever who Jesus was and how much he loved him. He had loved Jesus with all his being and had followed him to the cross, but now he saw his divinity with astonishing clarity. However, the Virgin Mary had more revelations to share. "But there is even more," continued the Virgin Mary. "Jesus spoke of you in this secret Gospel. You are one of the chosen ones to follow him until the end of times. You will bear his stigmata in your body and spirit, be persecuted by the world but sustained by his grace. You will be his faithful witness, his beloved friend, his cherished son." The disciples surrounding Jesus exchanged perplexed glances upon hearing these words. Who could this person be of whom he spoke? Yet, Jesus did not reveal his name, he only gave a sign. He will be known by his gifts. He will have the gift of mystical vision, seeing what others do not see, reading the hearts of men, discerning their sins and virtues, foreseeing the future, warning the faithful of impending dangers. He will perform miracles and heal the sick through his prayers. Father Pio was overwhelmed by this revelation. Finally, he understood that he was the chosen one by Jesus to fulfill this momentous mission. He realized he had been selected to be the faithful servant of Christ until the end of times, the holy prophet, the messenger of truth. "I am a humble friar, a sinner," Father Pio said humbly. "Because of your faith, love, and humility," the Virgin Mary responded tenderly, "you believed in Jesus even without seeing him, loved him unconditionally, followed him without fully understanding him, accepted his will without objections, endured his trials without complaints, offered your sufferings unreservedly, prayed tirelessly, served without expecting anything in return, and obeyed without rebellion. You have been faithful unto death, and now you deserve life." Deeply moved, Father Pio thanked the Virgin Mary for guiding him to this point and showing him these wonders. However, the Virgin Mary corrected him with humility. "Do not thank me, my son. Thank Jesus, who loves you deeply." With these words, the Virgin Mary approached Father Pio and tenderly embraced him, revealing a spiritual connection that transcended words. "Soon, you will see him," she assured him, "and then you will embrace him too." "I love you, my mother," Father Pio said with gratitude. "I love you, my son," responded the Virgin Mary tenderly. Then, the Virgin Mary blessed him and bid him farewell with these words: "Goodbye, my son. We will meet again soon." Father Pio returned to his cell, lay down on his bed, closed his eyes, and drifted into a deep sleep from which he would never awaken in this earthly life. His mission in this world had come to an end, and his soul had been called to eternal glory. If you want to see more faith stories like this, write "I want it" below in the comments. See you soon.